think if there was ever a video I'd really have to film, it's this one. So, brief recap. I've had to write a paper for my discourse analysis class, and I started it. I started out with the transcript because I have to use a transcript for what I'm doing, because I'm analyzing the ways in which politeness and impoliteness are generated in discourse, in for example, conversation. The thing is, I stressed myself out over this paper very much. I did the transcript, I tried to look up sources, put them in the reference list, and just had them there. I had the transcript, I had the references, but I had this instilled fear of me not being able to write the paper. I could not. I spent an entire Saturday sick in bed because I had a stomach ache because of the stress. I could not eat. I had no appetite. I had severe back pains. I felt horrible. So in the evening, like the day before I started feeling this, and in the evening I decided I wanted carrot cake, but I didn't get carrot cake. So the next day I woke up. I did not immediately start on a paper because I had been postponing it for way too long, so I thought, now we're deliberately gonna postpone it, because I was doing little segments of the paper every day, like little tasks you can do like easily in like when you're working on it yourself. So I decided we're deliberately gonna postpone it this time for like 1 or 2 more hours while I bake the carrot cake. I wanted the night before. So I baked a carrot cake, a little bit of self-care because that's important when you're stressed. And I got the carrot cake, put it next to me while I was working, and like I put it next to me, brought it back from the kitchen to my room, and what I did then was I just started working on the paper. I worked on it. I wrote the entire thing apart from one part because I did not find a mandatory source for it, which I had to use. The next day I found a source. I wrote the final paper, I finished it, edited it, the second draft came in, I felt proud. Today I was calling with my professor. Mind you, the second draft had already been read by one of my friends, and she said, it reads well, it's good. And I was like really happy, really elevated, like yes, I did something good, I fulfilled something. But what happened now, I called with my professor because I had some small layout questions, etc. And we came on the topic of a literature review, and I asked her, like, yeah, the literature review, is it mandatory? Does it need to be in there? Do I write in? And she's like, yeah, you have to put it in there, you have to write it yourself. I was like, oh, so I have to write a literature review myself? Like, do you mean like I have to write one myself, or like rather use a source that is a literature review from the internet and put it in your paper? And she's like, you have to write it yourself. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, I will never plagiarize, honestly. I would rather die first than ever plagiarizing. But the thing was, then it dawned on me. I had to, like she explained, like you have the sources you use, you have to review those in the beginning of your paper, like is like you want to do when writing a paper. And I was like, I've never had to do this ever. So finished the call, finished asking my questions, and I just, mentally I was already breaking down. Mentally I was already going down that deep end, and I was just like, I grabbed some stuff, put it in the bag, went outside, fixed my bike because I had to like oil the chains and the gears and stuff, cleaned the saddle, cleaned the brakes, cleaned the bike itself, and I went on a 6-kilometer walk to just clear my head. And I came back in and I just was like, the first thing I told myself you're gonna do tonight is learn what is expected in a literature review, how you're gonna do it, how you're gonna format it, how it works, what makes tick, what makes a literature review work. So I started doing that, and I was so overwhelmed by all the information I was getting thrown at me. I just started crying. I was just panicking. I was going through my paper to the 2,785 word beast I had written. I had already gone over the word count, and right now, and then I realized it isn't enough, because my professor said half of your paper will probably be literature review and the other half will be analysis. And I was like, okay, then I'll have to rework it, no problem. The thing is, for me, this is a problem. Not that I don't want to do the work, but just because I have such a big fear of failure, such a big fear of not getting the grades I want myself to see achieve, that I just break down. I start to like pound on myself, just tell me you're no good, whatnot. Even though the paper I'd initially written wasn't that bad. It actually had some very good points. It was just too long. That was the first point I was wrong with it. And I could work with that. I could cope with the fact I have to scratch 285 words. What I could not cope with, however, was redoing the entire thing, because I had spent an entire day sick for it. I had spent another entire day writing the thing and just bringing myself into a headache. And I wanted to document this for future reference to myself, that when you learn something new in class, don't throw it aside as, I'll understand it later. Try to understand it as soon as you can. Also, cut yourself some slack. You can do it. You know how to write a paper. You've written papers before. Even if the format is a little bit different, you know how a paper works. Of course, not all your papers have been great. Some have been better than others, but there's always room for improvement. From writing papers, from writing in general, you will learn how to write. And that's something not something I had to, but something I have to get instilled in my brain, because I have I have great perfectionism, and I struggle with fear of failure so much that I will rather break myself down to the point beyond destruction, just to tell myself like, you're no good, you can't write this paper, rather than talk to myself like, look, let's take this easy, go do something for yourself and start on it easily. Start with it brick by brick, from top to bottom, unravel it. No, I will just dive in deep, surround myself with everything rather than unraveling it layer by layer. And that's where the problem is. And I need to understand that. And it's just so difficult to get that in my brain. So that's what we're going to do right now. Right now we're going to make the outline for what we want to do with the paper. We're going to try to write a segment. And what we're going to do tomorrow is not continue writing the paper. No, we're going to let it sit for a bit. Tomorrow I'm going to go to my class in the morning. Then I'm going to get my bike and I'm going to bike to Asda to get groceries, and then to the beach to just clear my head, clear my mind. Because that's the thing. I struggle with such severe anxiety that I got chest pains because of it. And you know what? Sea air actually does help me clear all that space up and just get me in a mindset that just opens me up, just works. It just works. So what we're gonna do now is I have the thing on how to structure a literature review, and then yeah, we're gonna write the outline. So join me in this endeavor of trying to write something that was kind of right but not entirely. So it was a slight wrong. I've decided I'm not gonna pound on myself for this. I'm gonna tell myself what you already, those 2,785 words you've already written, you're gonna use from them. Like, that's an advantage you have. Most people haven't even written an entire paper for this, probably, in your course, for this thing you have to do. And you already have an advantage. You have that paper you've written, even if it's faulty or not. You have 2 drafts of it where you can take information from and just restructure it, add in a literature review, use your opinions, etc., etc. And that's what we're gonna do now. And feel free to join along in me trying to save this and cut myself some slack at the same time, because damn, I'm so hard on myself. Hi again. So little update on the paper situation. I rewrote the entire thing. I'm currently at 2,520 words, which is 20 words over the word count. I forgot to film me editing it because I was so in my zone. I was like, I'm going to go into it now, doing that now, no time to get the camera out. So, I did that yesterday. I made the first part of this video the day before that, and today I went to the beach to kind of clear my head, clear the air, clear my chest, clear everything, to start with a proper mind again. And then I went to Morrison's for some groceries, got some delicious tea. Like, I want to show you guys. It's like a Twinings gingerbread green tea, and I love green tea. So, I'm gonna drink that now. Right now, I'm working on my facilitation project for Theater for Social Change, because I have to, with my partner, have to create a facilitation session in which I and my partner kind of guide a group of students, my class, through a theater session for social change, the mental health aspect. And right now I'm planning that, looking into some texts, and working on that right now. So yeah, enjoy this vlog, the continuation of the assignment tacklement. Dozen assignments, one girl. Basically me. Okay, fair enough. Let's get going. Hi. So I worked on the presentation, and right now I'm doing a workout. I just finished one from 40 minutes. I did this one. I love the Pop Sugar Fitness workout. This was their 30-minute cardio sculpt and high intensity workout with the Hollywood trainer Jeanette Jenkins. And what I'm gonna do next is probably an ab workout along with some flexibility yoga. Yes, that's that. let's go. Okay guys, so I took a shower because halfway through the workout, halfway through the app workout, I got too tired because I already biked 23 kilometers today, and then I did a 40-minute workout. I also did a walk by the beach, so I think I've got my exercise in for today, but I just wanted to try to get those goals, but I didn't, which is okay. I'm probably gonna try to attempt yoga right before going to bed, but right now I'm going to edit some videos I've been meaning to edit for the longest time and get them out on YouTube, because my channel is getting stagnant and I hate it. I love YouTube, but time does not exist. What a concept. So I'll see you later. Good night. Excelsior, onwards and upwards.